Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with you guys today. It's extremely bright. So I'm going to see if I can, how do I make this less bright? Maybe it'll do something as we go. I'm so excited to do this with you all today. And I want to make sure that everything is set up properly because it's so bright. It's making me think that something is off. Well, we're going to carry forward. Hang on. I might just log off and log back on. Hopefully it'll let me. No. All right. Well, hopefully the extreme brightness coming in will not be extremely bright. I feel like there's a setting that might be off, but we're going to talk about the moon in Cancer. And the new moon in Cancer is so exciting. First, I want to thank my friend Clarice. She is a brilliant astrologer. She does horoscopes for a lot of amazing places, including Soho House. And she is unbelievably awesome, and she makes these amazing shirts. So you can check out Venus in Retrograde, and I'll link her link when I post this video. But I love this Virgo shirt, and it makes me feel like I'm so in the moment doing this. Even though this isn't a Virgo moon, it's very similar to a Virgo new moon in a few ways. This moon is about birthing the new. This new moon is literally new. All the new things. And we're going to talk about bringing in more of these new things right now. And so Cancer has a lot to do with home, family, your emotional well-being, being at home within yourself, mentally, spiritually, physically, in every way, feeling that feeling of being at home and the power of home. So I wanted to talk for a minute about what home does. So this is really important. In Feng Shui, when you change your home, it creates a new energetic pattern around you. And it might be that you're deliberately changing the energetic pattern around you so that you can grow. And you will grow into that paradigm, okay? So when you change your home, you're literally creating a template for your growth. You can think of it as a vision board, you can think of it however you want, but what you're doing when you deliberately change your home using Feng Shui in this way that we do here is very, very personally, you're changing your home to grow into a new chapter of life. It's not about becoming a new you, it's becoming more of you. And that's extremely important. Do you get the difference between becoming a new person and becoming your best self? This is like the key to all things. So I can't stress this enough. I am not interested in anyone changing who they are. I want you to become more of who you are, bring more of that to every day, have more of that alive in your life. And even if you live, someone just asked, in combined spaces where you have roommates or you live with other people, you still can find spaces and opportunities to bring more of you to life. And ultimately, in great relationships, you will have sort of a partnership in doing that. Even if you have individual goals and shared goals, you will have shared spaces and maybe some individual spaces or moments where people can put their intention in the space and the two will blend rather seamlessly because you're living harmoniously together. And so this is really, really important. So the idea is when you change you, you'll ultimately be prompted to change your home. If I give this analogy a lot, if you're having an amazing day and you feel incredible and you come home and it's a mess, the minute you get home, you just want to clean everything because you're like, this doesn't match anything that I'm doing. This doesn't feel like me. But if you're not having a good time or things are going on in your life, it can be tempting to have your home start to reflect that. Clutter piles up, things pile up. And so your home is reflecting so much, and you can deliberately change your space to change your life. And it really doesn't matter. Someone asked, what if adult children are living with you? Same thing. If this is a harmonious partnership, if this is a harmonious thing, chances are they have a bedroom. probably. They have their own space that they can concentrate on personalizing, but it's still really important to have a collective feeling that everyone's at home, and then these individual moments where everyone feels at home and feels their goals, their dreams, their self, all their needs reflected in their space. And this is incredibly important. So this I say because the Cancer new moon is about being at home. It's January 9th, 2021, some into January 10th, depending on where you live. And the idea here is that it's the initiation of the new stuff. This is the new stuff coming to life, the new, bringing in, birthing what is so important to you. So all new moons are new. All new moons are the start of something. All new moons are the beginning of a thing, the beginning of a month, the beginning of a manifesting cycle, the beginning of all these things. But when it's a moon like this and it's a water sign, it's really a new. So what is it that you've wanted to manifest? What is it that you've wanted to create? What is it that you've wanted to do? This is so important. Now, let's get really basic. Let's start with your home. For this new moon, and just in general, every time you want to start something new, you want to really clear away things that drain your energy. So think for yourself, what drains my energy at home? I will give you an example that's unusual. An example that's usual is a pile of clutter or a space that's constantly disorganized. That's a space that you can see clearly drains your energy. You're like, every time you see it, you start getting these negative feedbacks from it. You get a not good feeling from it, right? But let's look at some other ways that this can happen. So I really want to paint walls in my house. There are certain rooms in my house where the color of the walls does not fit me anymore. And while I once really loved the color, now it feels flat. And as a consequence, it feels kind of draining. So my changing the wall color in those areas is amazing. For you, it might be an old chair, a piece of furniture someone gave you that it just doesn't have good vibes, and you don't really need it. And it might be the time to just go, whoosh, okay, I'm done. I'm going to get rid of that energetic drain. I'm going to send it out to someone who could use it. I don't need it. Goodbye. It might be that you decide to deep clean. Dust, all that stuff, grime, grit, dirt, dust building up, things that are cloudy, mirrors that are cloudy, windows that are cloudy, all have this sense of draining what could be sparkling energy. So I'm going to give you an example. I don't use these for Feng Shui. I actually use this for something else, for an energy exercise. Sparkling energy, sparkling, shining energy. This is very, 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 very great. Changing the lighting. Yes, indeed. That's a great idea. So sparkling, shining energy is what you're looking for, which means windows cleaned. One of the best things you can do for this new moon, it is a water sign. So using water to refresh your house is a wonderful thing. We're in a drought in Los Angeles and California and many places. So I'm very mindful of how much water I use, but using a small amount of water to mop the floors, to wash the windows, to wash the mirrors, really, really helpful. I say certain things for certain moons. This one's similar to what I've said recently, but if you haven't done it yet, wash things off, really rinse and clean them and get that freshness. It might be time, you might be overdue for a car wash, really cleansing everything, feeling that freshness. Again, here in a drought, I really space it out until it's absolutely necessary, sometimes going for a few months without getting a car wash. But when I do, it's just the freshest, fresh start ever. So think about that. Think about that in terms of this sparkling, shining energy that you want to bring into your life. You want to think of your home as really dynamic and activated. So activating home energy, extremely powerful. How many of you Whether you're watching this live, watching this later, feel at home in your home. It's a big question. Do you feel at home in your home? If you don't feel at home in your home, now is an amazing time to start really thinking about what will make your home feel more like home. Simple things like house cleaning and getting, into caring for your house can help you to feel more at home. Eliminating those drains, the clutter, the junk, the stuff. You might not be able to do it all now and during the new moon on the 9th, but just committing to doing that can help you to feel more at home. But it might be other things that are going to bring you home. The wall color that I'm putting on the walls in one room will bring me home much more. I already feel at home in my home, but this specific color will make me feel at home. I actually had a dream about it last night, which of being in my house with yellow walls. I'm not going to have my whole house be yellow, but yellow walls in one room that just immediately made me feel at home. So, how can you feel at home in your home? Incredibly important. So, now, how do you feel at home in your life? So, let's talk about these aspects of your life: your mental and emotional well being, your physical well being, your the amount of purpose you're living in your life, all the ways, and of course, your physical home, right? In your relationships in so many ways. How can you feel more at home? So this is a great time to really reflect on where you feel and how you feel most at home. When you are around the people, so let's talk about the people first, the people who allow you to be you fully, to express yourself, to be seen, to be heard, that's feeling at home. That's also going to help you stay more in alignment. So you might want to prioritize those people, and you might want to become more of that type of a person for others, meaning you'll be the person who makes other people feel at home. You make other people feel open and able to express themselves. That's a gift. Those people in my life who do that for me are invaluable. And so being at home, being fully, completely accepted within yourself. Who are those people? Write them down, call them, connect with them, thank them for letting you be you. And that might seem silly, but this world is not designed for all of us to feel like we can be ourselves easily. For some of us who think differently or who feel like we're misunderstood a lot or feel like we've been invisible for a long time, it's definitely not as easy to find those people who just fully acknowledge who you are. Thank them. Commit to spending more time with them, connecting more with them, having calls with them, doing Zooms with them, whatever it is that you can do right now. Getting closer to that feeling of home and being more of that for the people in your life that matter. Making them feel at home, accepting and unconditionally loving people. Doesn't mean that you let people walk all over you or anything else. In fact, this moon is exactly the opposite. It's about healthy boundaries where you don't let people take advantage of you, but you do unconditionally love and let the people who you love be themselves. So you can also be yourself. Incredibly, incredibly important. Think about the activities that make you feel at home. And this might be something unique. I know, I'll give you a personal example, is when I start cooking and baking new recipes and getting really into it and making a big thing out of it. That reminds me of being a little kid and taking my mom's cookbooks, which I now have, and opening them up and picking something and making a whole project out of making it, making dinner when I was like 9, 10 years old. And I'd usually forget an ingredient and something terrible would happen, but I got better over time. And that makes me feel at home. And so I started making cookies the other day. I was like, oh, the new moon's coming. Like, I really am like extra wanting to feel at home. What is it that you can do that brings you back to that primal feeling of being at home, that core feeling of being at home for you? Is it arts and crafts? Is it doodling? Is it having time where everyone gets together and plays music and sings together? One of my family's friends used to do that, and I used to be mystified by it. They'd have like sing-alongs together. Is it practicing something that's really meaningful to you, some skill, something? Maybe you feel most at home when you are reading and you do something special with your library, and you've always been a reader and it's been your great escape and your great passion. What is it that's going to bring you more of that home core feeling? So important and so personal, so personal. Also, how are you going to set up your days, set up your time, establish yourself so that your goals and dreams are at home with you, where you're so aligned on a core level with what you're doing that you can't help but lean into more excellence, that this is so primary for you. This is really, really important. So how can you do that? This is a time, every new moon is a time to set new intentions. You make your wish list, you write out all the things that you want for the month ahead. It's very exciting. This time, really feel it. Instead of thinking about it, what should I put on paper? Feel it deeply. Feel it in your core. Feel it. This birth of the new. You might even want to sit down and think, what is one new habit that I want to start to install into my life over the next months ahead? And I'm going to sit down and plan out a simple, easy, doable way that step by step this month, I'm going to bring this into my life. I'm not going to try to change all aspects of my life overnight, but step by step, I'm going to make this one habit that's going to further me and make me feel great. Maybe it's running in the morning that makes you feel great. Maybe it's something else that you've getting up at 6 or 5 o'clock in the morning, that it's your genius time, but you haven't done it in so long. And you're going to step by step, make it easy, not go from 0 to 100, and bring that into your life and commit to birthing that new habit. And you can do this every new moon for the rest of the year, and you'll have created 6 new powerful habits that are automatic by the end of the year, that you don't even have to think about, that are just a part of how you are, that really supercharge your life. So that's one aspect of this sense of getting aligned at your core, at that home feeling with your dreams and your goals. Then also do this for what you want to create in the month ahead. Rather than writing down 600,000 things, write down the primary things that will make you proud and fulfilled. What would you be so proud of doing this month? What would you be so fulfilled if you did this month? And of course, what do you need to do this month? There might be a few things you need to do. You might need to pay a bill. You might need to go to a meeting or whatever it is. That's fine as well. But really highlight the things that you can accomplish, that you can manifest, that will make you feel proud and fulfilled, that are going to be a step on this journey of unfolding all the great big dreams and great big things that you're aiming for. And the idea is to continually enjoy the process. That's why I want you to make it as easy as possible. Don't overload yourself. Don't make it complicated. When things become complicated, we won't do them. Make it as easy as possible and really lean into it and unfold this stuff as you go. And this can be such a powerful moon in so many ways. Now, because it is a water sign moon, it's always a nice idea to make some moon water. If you haven't seen the moon water video, I will link it. But in its essence, you're going to get a jar, fill it, or a cup with a lid, fill it with water, put a lid on it, put it out in the moonlight for the new moon. It won't be the moonlight, but put it out during the new moon, setting the intention that the energy of this new moon is going to fill the water. And again, there's a whole video on it where you can watch more about it, but you're going to leave it out. I leave it out for a day or two, take it inside and use that water to take baths or to clean or to do a multitude of things. Some people even use that water to make watercolor paintings, which I think is really fun to add an extra energy infusion to it. So the idea again here is being at home mentally, physically, emotionally, and really being at home in your home. And when you're in that place, that alignment is so powerful because home comes from your root chakra. Home is that core feeling of being grounded. If you haven't seen the root chakra feng shui video, I highly recommend watching it. I'll try to remember to link it here. There's a whole chakra feng shui series on the channel that when you're in really aligned in your root chakra, it aligns all your energy. It makes you more of a manifesting magnet. When you're really aligned in your root chakra, really grounded, you're tapping into more creative reservoirs, energetic reservoirs, more momentum, more power. So the idea of being at home is not just a good idea. Your home is an incredible power source. For those of you who want to study this feng shui, who want to learn how to do feng shui in this really unique and extremely powerful way, thanks to all of you who've been doing it for so long, for all of these 17 years, and have helped me to develop this whole methodology. The School of Intention is going to be opening for registration soon. And I've linked the details in the chat, but also you can always just reach out to me, dana@fengshuidana.com. I'll leave the details below. That's going to be starting soon. Free Love Feng Shui videos are coming soon. I've linked them in the chat, and you can also find them below once I post this, once this is done. And I'm going to check and see if you guys have questions. Feng Shui advice for renters, please, who have 1/3 of households. Feng Shui, in the way that I work, is not about having to have control of your whole home. Feng Shui has to do with you and your experience of your space in the ways that you can be responsible for it. Meaning, you might not be responsible for every piece of decor in your living room, but you could probably clean it. I don't think anyone would hate you for that. You might not be responsible for everything that's in a certain, like a bathroom, but you can certainly do energy clearing. You can do lots of things. You can take more control of your home. For all of you who don't feel like you have complete domain over your whole home, you don't need to. What you need to be is activating your sense of connecting where you can connect and making home where you can. I imagine you have your own bedroom, or maybe you share a bedroom, but that could be a personal space that you make personal. And so don't ever feel limited by quote unquote circumstances. Sometimes, in shared spaces, it prompts you to be even more personal about your private space, which you wouldn't perhaps do in other situations. So take advantage of it. There's absolutely no difference besides the fact that there are just certain areas that you can't really get into. Just able to clear the loss of my husband thanks to you. Got your book last night and cannot wait to read it today. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry for your loss. And, that takes a lot of time. And you have all my best intentions. And the more you can really elevate your self-care. It's another big part of this actually week. I'm glad you mentioned it. Elevate your self-care, be really good to yourself. And I'm so glad that this is resonating with you, because caring for your home can also be a way to care for yourself. But all the ways that you can elevate your self-care really do support you. I've gone through great, huge losses, and the win in the loss, if that makes any sense. Because I always think when loved ones leave this earthly plane, that they would want, it's my thinking, they would want me to thrive in their absence, and really prompt me to go deeper with all things, whether it's more exercise, more mindfulness, more meditation, more time in spiritual practice, and just self-care in all ways just makes all the difference. You started a nonprofit to make a difference. I'm so excited for you. You're amazing. That's incredible. That's incredible. Talk about extending someone's legacy. That's amazing. Congratulations. You're all incredible. Um, that's amazing. Congratulations on your new home. I'm so glad that you're having conversations with your husband, bringing this conversation to the fore. Your home is really incredibly important. Work with the people in your home to make it amazing. That's so, so important. Um, I know it's really hard when you have landlords who won't do certain repairs, but remember to be responsible for what you can be responsible for. When I had a horrible landlord and there were certain things that they wouldn't do, either I would do them and I would just be like, well, um, ask for permission or ask for forgiveness. I would just do them because they needed to be done. Or um, I would work around them, or I would call the city. In one case, I live in Los Angeles, so when you call the city here, they really take action if something's not to code. So calling the city was really powerful as well. I didn't love being in that situation. I don't love that you are, but keep taking your power back. If you are renting from someone who is not good vibes, it's really important to take your power back and claim your space and don't feel like you're the effect of them. Be really the creator of the situation. It's going to impact your whole life. Creating your home impacts your whole life. So see if you can really, if that really can move you, I can make such a big difference. Someone asked, how often should you clear your space? So for the moons, I always do some form, whether it's deep cleaning, one thing that I didn't mention for this moon, it's a really good time to clean. If you're cleaning with water, add a splash of vinegar because it does some deep energy clearing. Really, it can be excellent. It's not mandatory, but can be excellent. And when it dries, it doesn't smell like white vinegar, but white vinegar is great for energy clearing. I do some form of energetic clearing every day, but I work with a lot of energy. I feel like we're all working with a lot of energy these days, and energy clearing doesn't have to be a major thing. So, for instance, energy clearing can be something as simple as making your favorite herbal tea. This is holy basil tea, and having some tea and closing your eyes and breathing and clearing your personal energy. That can be one form of energy clearing that will infiltrate your home. Your energy will affect your home. Having that can be some daily thing that you do. Sweeping every day can be daily energy clearing. Lighting some incense, lighting a candle can be daily energy clearing. So it doesn't have to be this massive ritual. And even for the moons, I don't even do massive rituals. I really feel like it's important that you have things that you can do on a daily basis, because the idea is not that there's a prescribed amount of time. It depends on what's going on in your life. If you're dealing with a lot of people, chances are having practices to clear your own energy and clear your home space are going to really support you on a much more frequent basis. Whereas someone who has a relatively well-flowing life might feel compelled to clear their home during the full moon or the new moon once a month, once every other month. So just think with that. How do I feel? What do I need? So instead of it being a prescription from outside of you, let it be from inside of you. And the channel is full of all of these energy clearing ways you can play around with. And in the camps, in the Feng Shui camps, we go through really specific rituals. The free Love Feng Shui video series has a really amazing ritual that's all about magnetizing more love and more manifesting power. And the link is above for that. I'm going to link it below when I post this. So be easy with it, but let it come from within. Try not to let outside prescriptions, unless it's health related, and even, always stay in touch with yourself in regards to your health as well. But always stay in tune with what you need rather than what is being told to you that you need. I don't work with prescriptive feng shui. That's one of the reasons this methodology is so unique. I really believe we all need specific things to feel at home, to feel alive, to manifest, to do things. We all see life in different ways. And it's really important that you get away from or step away from anything that's telling you what you must do. There's nothing you must do. It's all about your journey. And again, that core feeling of what is for you. Um, Burning bay leaves is an amazing way to clear space. Indeed. Supporting your health in your home. The very best thing you can do is a home detox as a beginning, and really get into letting go of any of the toxic chemicals, energies, things that you don't need. I don't work with health specifically. It is out of my, I always say it's above my pay grade, but really it's out of my purview. I think it would be irresponsible for me to tell people that if they change certain furniture in their home, that their health would change, because it's simply not true. You can have great health in a ton of clutter. You can have great health in a really, a house that's not perfect by any means. And I don't want to put that paradigm out into the world, because I think it's limiting and negative. But if you're looking for a way to amplify the energy of your home to support your wellness, there are so many hidden chemicals in our homes. And I'm still finding little things that have made their way into my house, and still finding ways to shift them and change them and really detoxify everything. So there's lots of research that you can do. There's lots and lots available, but everything from fragrances to plug-in air fresheners to you name it. There's detergents, shampoos, like slowly but surely detoxing things can really support everyone and just make your home more glowing and more aligned with nature. Let's see if I missed anyone. Hopefully I got all of your questions. I love it when you can attend live, because it's so much fun to actually hear from you and be able to connect with you, as well as share this stuff. If you want, I can do a Q&A, one of these once a week or so, or even just once a month, hop on and do a Q&A where we just answer all your big questions. Thank you guys so much for being here. I have to teach now. The School of Intention is finishing its session right now. So I'm going to go get ready to teach, and I'm all psyched because there's so much new vibes in the air. And I want to remind you, what do you want to birth in your life? What is this new thing you want to do? What would you be most proud of changing by the end of the year? What would really thrill you? How can you make it easier? How can you make it easier? I'll do more videos on making things easy. I think I'll put more on the channel. There's going to be lots and lots more videos to come. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because there's so much to come. And let me know. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you. I'm so glad that you could be here. And I'm going to announce these lives like I did today, more in advance. And I'm going to make sure that you have all these rituals more in advance. And so I'm always here. If you have questions, you can always leave them below. And I'm wishing you the most amazing start to this new cycle. By the end of the year, if we all strive to be just 1% better at anything, we will be over 16 times better at whatever it is. So let's just do that. At the very least, that's easy. 1% is doable. It's one of my favorite things from Atomic Habits, this idea, just 1% better, and you will be 16 times better. And that might be better at having a positive attitude, better at waking up in the morning, feeling alive and refreshed, better at working out, better at anything. 1% better. We all can do that. And so have fun, a lot of fun. This is definitely about fun. Feeling at home is a fun, amazing, comforting sanctuary feeling. Enjoy it all, and I will see you guys very soon. Mwah. Bye, everyone.